going to be the CEO of the finances and the financial department. So we made this clear from the first day that he's the one who's holding all the keys. He's the one who's holding the ownership to the smart contract, and he's the person who has the access to the liquidity pool, and he's the person who also has the access to the locking, to the lock of the liquidity pool where it's locked. And I specifically remember he also mentioned that from the beginning he's going to be liquidating everything within the orders for the expenses of the developers who are working. So again, I'd just like to address if there's like some specific questions about the liquidity and what's happening, I please strongly encourage you to communicate straight to Baftown. You can, DM him or talk with him. He's taking care of that part. As far as I know, all of the payments are going to the developers developing. Now, before I start with what I mentioned, it's a little complicated story, because as everybody remembers here, we first made the first version of the Launchpad, and unfortunately, we didn't do a great job with it. Not because we didn't do a great job with it, but because at the time when we made it, we were kind of trying to replicate something that BCSC was doing, that Binance was doing, and down the line when we had it ready and we were ready to launch projects, you have really good launches and launch platforms like BXSale and everybody else who just literally blew everybody away. It was completely different, and they just had like all these options that we didn't. So we realized that what has to happen is we have to rebuild everything from zero, and that's what we did. This is why we have the version 2. 1 second. I'm sorry. As I was saying, this is why we realized that we needed to rebuild the platform and create a new one with a new user interface, and with everything else that we delivered. Sure, we're having some turbulences. Like always, I've been absolutely transparent, so I'm going to be transparent again. It just hurts me to see some comments where people are saying like, "Oh, there's this, or there's that." Like, we fully trust Buff and everybody else in the team with everything that they're doing as well. And then people just say there's nothing was developed, which is not true, because we developed the first platform. We developed all the use cases that we promised we did. Even in the beginning, we did the marketing that we promised we did. Then we delivered staking. Everything that was promised is pretty much delivered. The only issues that we're having right now, this is what I'm getting to, is that the new team that we hired and did an extraordinary job and helped us build the version 2, more than half of them left. So there were some conflicts in the background. This is why we've been delaying with the second version, and we've been trying to find some common ground with them. The issues were that one part of the team wanted to take the pad into one direction, and the original part of the team wanted to take a pad in different direction. I've already mentioned this few AMAs back when we started discussing things, how we mentioned that we want to use the double liquidity that I came up with, and how we want to use it for premium products, and how we don't want to, but then the other team didn't want to do that because, again, we did agree with good excuses or good examples, because this is DeFi. So a lot of people out there want to have DeFi launches, and we can't push to have centralized launches in DeFi space, right? It's a wrong thing to do. So we had to come up with a plan, which initially was different than we thought of, so that we can have those premium launches and those DeFi launches. Now the thing that kind of like hit us hard everybody on the team is that we're trying to get projects, and at the same time we're getting FUD from different paths, and there's been like a lot of people who've been making accounts and just writing, basically some misinformation and then deleting their accounts. Black didn't even have to like kick them out or delete anything they were saying. They just did it themselves, and it's a sad thing to see that happen. And I gotta say, the team is burned out. The team is really burned out. Everybody's working really hard. They're trying to deliver, and we're having issues on finding projects to launch. It's seriously a problem. We didn't think this would be that much of a problem, and at this point, we're having problems launching projects. Not because we can't do it. The platform is fully functional. Anybody can launch one. It's just DeFi is really weird right now, and we're trying to do our best to find as many people as we can. As for the Dubai Expo, I've seen people here commenting that we didn't post that we were there or anything like that. I specifically remember before I flew to Dubai, and before I tried to network with everybody to make sure that we can make more contacts. I specifically said that I would like to go there rogue, so it's not like we had a stand or anything like that. And I did mention to the community that I'm going to try my best. We made really good contacts there. I think the relationship between Frictionless and Shield has become even stronger in that matter. They had also some delays in their team. They also had to dismember half of their team and rebuild it. These things happen. People sometimes don't agree with each other. I mean, it's always easy to sit in chat and say to people what needs to be done, but then 99.9% of these people can't run a project. Again, I'm not saying that the people who are criticizing, they're necessarily doing a bad thing, but unfortunately, majority of them are. But of course, there are really good comments out there in the community with people who are trying to help us have a better product. Nevertheless, back to Dubai is I managed to make good contacts with a lot of projects like WeFund.app that I mentioned, and they would really like to partner up with us and help us bring more to the table. Same with Octave and many other projects who have a lot of contacts to a lot of different projects that need to be launched. And we are really hoping for that to happen. The second subject was the situation we had with the new team members falling out. That's exactly what I just addressed. So the new team, which was hired, again, most of those people, Buff knew them. Buff has been working with them for apparently a long time. That's what he said. And he trusted them. So he brought them on board, and they have been working with us. They have really helped us. I mean, you can see the trailer that we promised, we delivered. The trailer looks amazing. The product looks amazing. The UI looks amazing. Everything looks amazing, and we're really trying to make a very good product. But the falling out happened. Half of these people left. So I hope that the community, again, I don't want to, I'm not trying to give like, fake hope or anything. I'm really being 100% transparent with you guys. I'm really telling you everything. We're really trying to pick up the pieces because these people just left it there and left. And we're trying to finalize few steps that we have on the path to have a rocking, amazing product. Nevertheless, it still doesn't cripple the functionality of launching projects. Projects can launch. And I also addressed the subject C, which is what's happening with all the FUD in our community. We had people, I'm going to repeat myself, I'm sorry. We had people who were just coming in, FUDing. Same thing happened with some coins that we tried to launch. And that actually brings us to the subject of Akoya, I think a lot of people were asking. No, sorry, Hakuna Matata. So I've spoken to Milan. Milan is the CEO of Frictionless, and I've spoken to Dome. He's the second CEO of Frictionless, and I've spoken to CEO of a few other projects who know these guys. So apparently, as far as I'm concerned, again, I can't judge anyone, and I can't call anyone a rugger unless a rug has happened. Okay, I hope you understand that, because stigmatizing somebody over something is something that I don't stand for. It's not morally correct thing to do. So Sure, there's been mismanagement in their project. I understand. They didn't deliver many things, and that's a problem for their community. But we decided not to launch them. We've tried, communicating, seeing what's the problem, and it just seems that their team is kind of going through some chaotic issues and weird situations. Again, I analyzed with few people the chart. It looks like there was a big misunderstanding with some whales. You can clearly see that there's a lot of different wallets from different whales who bought and just decided to sell. And it's pretty much very similar situation to what happened to our chart. Because if you scroll back, you will see that one of our biggest whales sold. And if you guys remember, that was the first staking that we were doing. We were giving a lot of rewards for everybody, like a lot. And we were unfortunate that at the time when people are selling their rewards was the exactly same time um, when that whale sold, and it really dipped us hard. And we've been having problems to recover ever since that moment. And for the new upcoming roadmap and development, I just got off the call with the UI developer, one of the new guys that joined, that stayed from the new guys, and he's going to pick up the pieces now to finish some of the UI things that we have left. I have those things written down. If people are interested, what it is that we need to finish. Again, I'm repeating this again for fifth time. Nevertheless, the utility of launching a project is out there, right? It's possible to launch, and that issue, that option is not crippled. It's still there. And that means we're going to since we took down our official page, we're going to create a new page on ShieldPad. There's going to be like an About Us or Shield Network section or something like that. And we're going to upload very soon that page with a new roadmap, what needs to be, what's going to happen, and the way we're going to take everything else from here. Again, I'm going to mention that I had a call with Buff. Sorry, not a call. We exchanged a few messages on the in the dev team, and the whole team is right now very burned out, very disappointed, and very let's just say like everybody on the team is not on a positive, um, not in a positive mindset. Um, Again, I'm being honest and transparent with everybody. If there are any questions, guys, you can ask me. I'm here.
So, with that being said, is there any plans for marketing then? I mean, like with
Yeah,
YouTubers and stuff like that, or what?
sure.
And
I
then
mean, we.
like last a couple of weeks ago, I got you in contact with that guy, the Sandstorm, and he said I don't know what happened there, so.
I mean, we're trying to arrange everything. At this point, we're gonna have at the end of the week, we're gonna have a major meeting. Um, Everybody on the team gonna have a major meeting, and we have to reassemble and see how and which direction we have to take. And again, I'm being fully transparent. I'm not trying to, put fear into anybody. I'm not trying to hide behind answers. We really, half of the team really wants to make this work. The other half of the team is literally not feeling positive because everybody's kind of burnt out. Okay, this doesn't mean that we should create FUD or people should sell straight away or anything like that. Everybody can do what they want. I'm just being fully transparent. I want you guys to know what's happening behind the scenes. We really, like, I personally really want to push this project. I really want to make sure it works. I really want to make sure that we can have a platform where we wanted to, for example, have Hakuna launched their token, and everybody came as a community and helped stop a project that had done something maybe weird in the background. Again, I can't confirm that they're ruggers because I haven't seen any proof. But yeah, I really hope that by the end of this week, we'll have a big discussion where the project is going to be heading, what kind of marketing it is that we can take. I've talked to Buff about this many times, and he kept saying that I mean he can't join unfortunately because of his time zone, and he's busy right now. But he kept saying, and we all agreed with him on the team, is that like the marketing that has to happen even with those influencers and everything is absolutely different, because people have to use, we don't have to like, we're not trying to sell a meme coin with our marketing or anything like that. People have to come and use the freaking launchpad, right? And we can't force people to use launchpad if they don't want to, right? I mean, sure, we have to do more marketing to make sure that way more people are gonna, know about Launchpad. So I think the best thing we have to do for now, until we can have a call all together on Friday or Saturday, is just try to create a lot of partnerships that would bring projects to us. This is why I created partnership. I don't remember right now off the top of my head with Hunter Coin, or that were a few websites out there, and I want to create one with WeFund and the rest of the guys, so that we can have proper marketing together with them. The whole point why we partnered up with Frictionless Network is that when they start marketing their product, they would be marketing our product at the same time. So like as their marketing happens, we would all chip in our budgets together and do marketing together, because it's in their interest to have projects use their interface, but the best, and they need a launch pad for their interface to work and to have people using their use case. So we are the launch pad they're going to use, right? So again,
So that's
hopefully all
the
this
thing,
is going to.
because that's
Sorry,
the
yeah.
thing. No, because there's other projects that are saying that they're gonna build out launch pads, and these are projects that are barely starting out, so it's like, well, I mean, we already have them, the launch pad out there, our utility, is out there and stuff, so maybe we just push it, boom, 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 push it a little bit, get it to where there's people talk about it, you know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. This is why at the end of the week we're gonna have a call all together. Me, Buff, Frank, and the rest of the team. We're gonna have a deep call. We're gonna talk for hours to see what is the direction we're gonna take with this. What is the marketing that we can do and deliver on everything.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to cause any fear. I've said this many times before. I'm really trying to be transparent with everything that's happening. We're very frustrated. Everybody's frustrated. Even I'm burned out. To a certain point, I feel like crap, because we're really working. We're trying to deliver something, and like seriously, we keep having problems. Like for example, here's a small problem that we thought would be a small problem, but it's a massive problem. We wanted to do that calendar thing where we said that everybody launching could have like a calendar and see that what time the launches will happen. We thought that thing would be really simple, and because we were misinformed, it turns out it's very complicated. So it turns out that we needed and a freaking database guy who needs to sync all this different information and data from different pages on the launchpad when you're launching your token, to be able to see it on the calendar. And we had, again, due to misinformation, we thought it was going to be simple, but it's so hard. And then all these obstacles on the side, and we're trying to do this, and then first team leaves, and then second team leaves, and people are trying hard, and then you come on the main chat and people are fudding even more. I hope you guys understand how it feels. It's like the whole world is crumbling on you, and we feel like crap.
Oh yeah.
Are there any other questions? I will be having a call literally 5 to 10 minutes from now with one of the projects that want to launch with us. A really cool project called Rich Beats. A very cool project from a lot of developers are from Ukraine, and they have a really good use case. And I really hope that their product is fully ready so that we can launch them and do maybe a first launch, so the community can be even more excited, so that we have something to to show besides the development So I wanna ask if there's any more questions that I can answer. If no, I can just I would go and talk to them and try to launch them. Okay, I guess nobody has any questions. So again, thank you very much for hearing me out. Thanks for being here. If there are any questions, please write them in the main chat. Again, Buff is taking control of the liquidity pool. If there's any questions, he has the keys. He's the financial master lord. Just ping him, see what he says, and again, we're gonna have a big discussion this week just to make sure that we can see which direction we're going to take with this project, so we know how we're going to push everything and make sure that we're on the same page, and we'll let you guys know. Thank you very much for joining the AMA.
Thank you.